Coming up next on Access Framingham TV is Framingham Fan to Fan, where we discuss all things sports in Framingham. Today we're talking women's field hockey with guests from the Framingham State University field hockey team. Stay tuned. It's going to be fast-paced and run quickly. This is Framingham Fan to Fan on Access Framingham TV. Hi, I'm Dave Hornfisher, a Framingham sports fan, and I'm pleased to host this interview show, whose purpose is to highlight those who are involved in Framingham sports at all levels. We hope through this show to increase awareness and ideally fan support of these fun sporting events, and also to help use sports to achieve our station's goal of building community. Today I'm pleased to welcome 5 players from the Framingham State University women's field hockey team. To my left, Caitlin Burrell, Jordan O'Boyle, Megan Ackerman, Bailey Donnelly, and Marissa Dias. Thank you all for joining me. I normally shake hands, but I've only got 5 fingers. Wow, this is going to be interesting. I don't know a lot about field hockey, but before we get to having you all educate me on field hockey, why don't we all just begin and have you all just kind of briefly say how you ended up on varsity player at Framingham State University. Did you all start when you were like 4 years old? And
I think we all started at various times in our lives. I personally started my freshman year of high school. I'm from Apponequet, which is in Lakeville, Mass.
Okay.
Which is southeastern Massachusetts.
Uh-huh. And what year are you now?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior, okay. Jordan?
I started playing 6th grade. I live in Haverhill, Massachusetts, and I'm a freshman.
Okay. And Megan?
I also started when I was in 6th grade. I'm from Littleton, Mass, and I'm a senior.
Mm-hmm. And Bailey?
I started playing my freshman year of high school, and I'm from Framingham, and I'm now a senior.
So a Framinghammer, well, we'll talk about that a little bit. And Marissa?
I'm from Attleboro, and I started in 2nd grade.
Okay, so field hockey in 6th grade, was it a lot different? I mean, when you were out there for the first time, was that something completely different? Or, I mean, by then you're, almost 12 or 13, I guess, right? So.
I feel like it was easy to catch on to. Like, everyone kept on telling me, since I played lacrosse, that it's the same, but on the ground.
Okay.
So they all told me, like, get into field hockey. So that's how
I went from playing soccer to playing field hockey. They didn't have a middle school team in 6th grade, so I did field hockey just for 1 year, thinking I'd go back to soccer, but I fell in love with it, so I stick with it. And
what was your sort of beginning of it like?
Well, I played ice hockey, so my mom basically told me that, it's a lot like ice hockey and that I should try it out. And I wasn't sure because I thought it was very wacky, a very interesting sport, and I actually fell in love with it.
What was wacky about it when you first started, you think?
The sticks.
The sticks, yeah. We've got a couple examples of them here. They're a lot shorter than a hockey stick, and they don't have a basket to catch the ball. And the ball is hard, right? I mean, if I threw it, if I dropped it on my foot, it would hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And so field hockey goes back to ancient times. I think we have a picture of going way back when to field hockey, which I don't remember whether this was the Greeks or the Egyptians, but I mean the sticks look a little more curved maybe, but.
Pretty similar.
Yeah. Is there only one legal curve that you can have on a field hockey stick, or is it like a hockey stick where you can bend it and curve it a little more?
I don't think the stick can actually curve. It's like pretty hard.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it then.
Yeah.
So when you go to buy a field hockey stick, so you all have to own your own stick, right? That's the big expense of getting into this.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. It's expensive.
Really, I mean, would one of these go for a couple $100 like a baseball bat? I mean,
Easily.
Easily, you say, maybe even more, huh? And so, what's the difference between a good one and a bad one?
It's different for every position, I feel like. I mean, if you're a midfielder, you probably want a stick. I'm not a midfielder, like a thicker.
Yeah, probably thicker. Usually, I don't know. I was a midfielder. I liked my stick longer so I didn't have to bend down more, but that's personal preference.
Okay, so there is some variance then in terms of the length. Is there a maximum length you can have? Or?
No, I don't
No.
think.
It's like a baseball bat.
I mean, a
you
big,
want
tall
it,
guy
like,
like me, I
Yeah.
need back surgery if I run
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
with one of these very long. Why don't we all talk about the different positions that you play, and then tell me a little bit about kind of what some of the challenges are of playing that position. Why don't you start, Caitlin?
Okay. So I'm a forward.
Wait a minute. Let's 1 second. So a team has 11 players, right?
Yes.
Including the goalie.
Yes.
Yes.
And you have how many forwards?
3.
3 or 4.
3 forwards. 3. Okay, and then you have a couple of midfielders, probably.
3.
And then you have defensemen. Is it that obviously of a split, or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, ours is.
And you have slightly different names for the positions then, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have a right side, and can the defenseman typically go across midfield when you're charging and trying?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of you fill in where you need to.
Okay.
Type deal.
All right, so that kind of sets the picture, I think, as to where we are. And the field is big. The field is bigger than a soccer field, right? Is it? Or
It's
is it?
around the same.
Okay, yeah. And summer grass, and I know Framingham High has it. We were just talking about that before. Has a lovely turf field. And you play your games. Do you play your games over at the Maple Street area?
Yes, we do.
Yeah. And that has a turf field too. Is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the football field? No. The soccer
No.
field. You play on the
It's the
soccer
soccer
field.
field,
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right. Okay. So we're going to finally get to where I wanted to before, but I think it's helpful to have that context. So Caitlin, tell me about where you play and a little bit of one of the challenges or so of playing your position.
Okay, so I'm a forward, which is the farthest line up on the field. Our job is to basically score. I think some of the challenges as far as being a forward is learning how to score in any situation. You're not always going to be, it's not like softball or like something like that
Okay.
where you're always in the same position.
So sometimes
and,
you
like,
have to hit it really hard and it might go
Yeah,
in, and
you-
other times you're charging the net.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
kind of like probably the improvisation of scoring is probably
Okay.
the hardest part.
All right. And we'll get to later your favorite moment of the goal that you scored that beat one of your rivals or something.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere when you were 6 years old, maybe. Okay, Jordan, where do you play?
I play midfield,
Okay.
and our job is to support the forwards and also get back and play defense.
So you're sort of all over the field and more than others. I mean, she's probably more up at the net and they're back at guarding the net where they, I mean, that's her goal is to get it in, and there's the
Yeah.
defenders
Yeah.
want to stop it, but you're kind of
All
the
over
support,
place.
you're
Yeah.
the support systems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Megan?
I started off the season as a midfielder and now I'm a forward. Midfield's a lot more running, so it's nice being a forward. Kind of can take more breaks,
Right,
but
okay, yeah.
it's just a different mentality because forwards, you're just trying to, when you get the ball in the circle, get a shot off as quick as you can. Midfielders trying to take the ball up and pass it to the forward so they can get that shot on net.
And you're a senior, so have you been this have you played all 4 years? You've been?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was midfielder all 3 years and then now forward.
Okay. There's the time thing. Okay, and Bailey, tell me about what you do.
So I'm also a midi, and it gets difficult because you basically have to run up and down the field a lot.
So it takes a different kind of training, does it, to play midfield? Is it a little bit? Do you have to really spend more time running, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
preparing it.
So when the coach picks the team at the beginning of the year, or when you first show up on campus, does he look for certain skills for people? And is there a special talent to stick handling, and that makes you a scorer? Or?
I mean, you definitely have to be strong with your stick.
Okay.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
And depends on the position you play, really.
And Marissa, what do you play?
I'm a defender.
You're a defender, okay.
Yeah.
So the defenders are the tough guys typically, right? Don't you have to kind of
I don't
elbow,
know if I'd say tough
push?
guys, but
Is there a lot of physical contact in a field hockey game? I mean, if you hit
depending-
somebody, is there a penalty?
There
yeah.
is supposed to be, but
Supposed to is a
supposed
key
to be
word.
Is the key word.
Okay.
Sometimes there's not. Sometimes we get a little more aggressive than others, depending on who we're playing. But it really just depends on how aggressive the girl that you're defending is being. How aggressive you want to be back.
Oh, okay. I think we had a couple of photos of people in playing the game here with, let's see, which is the one I was looking for here. Yeah, there's kind of the whole Is that like a rush from we had the goalie must be the person in yellow, right? We don't have a goalie here to defend herself, I guess you might say. And do y'all wear masks?
Those are just for their penalty corners. So if the other team's coming down and there's a circle where you have to score inside of, if it hits like a defender's foot or wrong side of the stick, or if there's a penalty on us, then they get what's called a corner, and then they insert it up to the top, and it's basically like a free shot. So there's 4 defenders in the net and the goalie, and you try to get the ball out.
Oh, okay, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Are any of you in this picture? I can't recognize you.
Me and Marissa.
Okay, you're the 2 seniors, right, who've been most photographed?
No, I'm a sophomore.
You're a sophomore. Oh, okay. Which one is you? You're on the far left there?
Yeah, I'm the one without the mask.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one with the mask.
And the reason for the masks on the other players, or have you had injuries, or your mother just wanted you to be careful?
Our coach actually did.
Your
She
coach.
got a ball to the face, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the ball goes fairly fast, right?
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody ever measured the speed of one of these when you really whack it? I mean, is it?
I haven't.
It's not 100 miles an hour probably, but it's. And then okay, so let's just kind of go. We touched on a couple of big moments that you may have had, favorite moments or worst moments, or you all must have a story that you're gonna that you've got that you're gonna tell your children or your grandchildren in 50 years or something.
Oh.
Let's start over here. We'll give you a chance to be last this time. Let's go with Marissa.
I actually
first.
do have a moment in mind. My junior year of high school, it was, I believe, our senior night game, and it wasn't my senior night game, but we were playing one of our biggest rivals, and our goalie dove left, and the ball went right, and I had a defensive save and knocked the ball out of the air by throwing my stick. I didn't hit it. I threw it, and it hit.
No.
And it
And that's legal? You didn't get a penalty?
I didn't get a penalty for it, so I don't know if it's legal, but it works. Yeah.
Oh,
Whatever
wow.
works.
Okay, let's move along this way. Bailey?
So last year we played Wheelock, and we were home, and it was tied 1-1, and we went into OT, and a player of mine was running up the field, and I got in front of the net and scored in OT to win the game.
Wow, a walk-off. Yeah, okay, that's got to be the most exciting thing in any sports, whether you score the touchdown or the winning basket or a home run or something like that. You said the score was 1-1. Is that a fairly? Are games typically low scoring, or is it?
Yeah, typically.
I mean, 5 goals, is that enough to win usually, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Usually 3 is.
3.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's sort of like a hockey game then, kind of. In that sense. Megan, where's your golden moment?
Probably senior year, like home opener. We played Regis, and I don't know if it was 2-2 or it was 2-2 tied. We went into overtime, and overtime was like up, and we got a penalty corner, and Bailey passed it to me, and I scored on that. So it was nice to start off senior year with a OT game winner.
That's great. Yeah. Jordan?
I can't think of a high school memory, but
College?
my first game.
You're only a freshman.
Yeah.
So you're only a freshman. So the fact that you're here is a highlight, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody makes the team as a freshman, do they?
We have a big freshman.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
a lot
a
of
huge
freshmen.
freshman class.
Yeah.
How many players are on the team in total?
20.
20. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. My first game this year, I scored the first goal of the season. So
First goal, first game, freshman, and you all said, "Wow, where did she come from?" Huh? Gee, this is the kind of player that we have. You scored since?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay. You
Keeping it
were
up.
one shot. Okay, Caitlin, you're last this time.
Probably last year we played Bridgewater State, and we went into overtime, and I think the score was 1-1, and my teammate, so we got the ball, and then my teammate passed to me. I passed back to her. She passed back to me, and then within like the first 15 seconds, I got a shot off, and we won in overtime.
So you all are kind of remembering goals that you made, right?
Yeah.
Are there other kind of things that are moments that are little subtle moments that after you've played the game a while, you say, I just elbow, the big star. Do you all know who the big star is on the other team when you're playing them, and have a sense of who you have to stop? And
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
This weekend.
So the game itself is very fast-paced. It starts with some kind of a face-off or something. I guess, right? Or does one team start with it at the end? Or?
It's kind of like soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
starting
It's like
off.
soccer, yeah.
One team starts with it. Switches up.
And then do you substitute on the fly, or do you have to have a timeout?
You can sub on the
On the
fly.
fly.
Oh, you can. Okay. So with 20 players, do most of the players on the team get to play in a game?
We try to.
Yeah. Sure.
If it's a close game, then it's usually the starters that play most
The
of
starters
it.
really. Okay.
Or if you're having a good game.
And a game is 2 halves.
Yeah,
of
35 minutes.
35 minutes each half. So that sounds like a lot of running.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you all get your Fitbit steps in that.
Oh
day.
yeah.
Do you all try to measure yourself during the week with some kind of measurement of steps or something? Well, what's your trick for staying in shape for this? Practice?
Practice.
Yeah, practice.
And you
Lifts. We have lifts as well.
Okay. And you practice every day mostly during the season, except
Yeah.
Sunday?
Yep.
Or
That's
did you
it.
practice today too? No.
No,
And
thank
then you
God.
have how many games a week?
2 or 3.
2 or 3? Okay, let's talk about some of the games. You're in the, what's the conference called, the MASCAC? Or no?
In the LEC, the Little East Conference.
Oh, that's different than the other sports, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So who are some of the other schools in this?
Like Keene, Eastern Connecticut, Western Connecticut, University of Southern Maine, Castleton just got added this year, Plymouth State, and then we have all like the Mass State schools like UMass Dartmouth, Bridgewater, Salem.
Yeah, so this is a big league then. And you play everybody in the league then?
Yeah.
Twice probably? Or?
No, just once.
Just once? Okay, so where is your team kind of ranking in the league this year? Are you in the middle or?
Kind of near the bottom, but
Oh, really?
we're
You're
rebuilding.
struggling? Well, I heard a lot of winning goals when you were talking
Yeah.
before. It was all in the same game, probably. No. But okay, so it's a fairly big league, and is there some kind of a tournament at the end of the year then? And
Yeah, there's like there's a regular season champ who is number 1 in the division, and then there is playoffs. So all like the top 8 teams go against each other, and then the winner of that goes on to NCAA tournament.
okay, so you have to make the top 8 to get into the
Yeah.
playoffs. And there's how many in the league then?
I think there's 10 this
Well,
year.
Okay, so you have a chance yet then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's always a chance.
and that's your goal at this point. Is that
Yeah.
Make playoffs.
As we
Make
talked
postseason.
here in early October, you said you were kind of halfway into the
Yeah, we still
season.
got some league games left though. Winnable league games.
Okay.
They'll come.
All right. Well, that's the spirit. Okay. And if I wanted to go see one of your games, where would I go do it? Up at we said you play at Maple Street, and you play what days of the week?
This week we play Tuesday against University of Southern Maine, and then Thursday against Dean. I think 4:30 on Tuesday and 7 p.m. on Thursday.
Oh, so you play under the lights up at the.
Oh, yeah.
That's beginning to sound like fun. I mean, I think people out there in Framingham TV land who want to see a competitive athletic thing are missing something if we don't get up there and watch the Rams play. And the Rams are not hook 'em horns, but I understand it's the bent horns, right?
Yeah.
And you have to do that. Yeah, I learned that last year. I have family that lives in Austin, Texas, and so I know all like hook 'em horn stuff. So this is so it sounds like you probably have to do a lot of traveling if you're going up to Maine and you're going you will get to see a lot of New England, right? You're the fall
Yeah.
foliage tourists, right, or something.
Yeah.
We had a long
Yeah.
bus ride this week.
Yeah, Castleton
Yeah.
was far.
Castleton 4 hours.
Uh-huh.
Then Keene.
Right after.
You're right.
Well, the academic dean always likes it when I ask my Framingham State guests about their academic experience here. Why don't we start in the middle this year? Here, since you're the senior, tell me what you're majoring in and maybe what you're going to do next year or the year after.
I'm a criminology major. So
Oh wow, I better be good.
I'm hoping to join a department after I graduate. But I'm trying to get on one right now as a dispatcher, so hopefully I can stay there.
Join the schools.
Oh
You
no,
said
I don't want to
join
work
the
in the school.
department, you
Yeah, I
said?
just want a town department
Oh, town
for
department.
police.
Okay, so do you get recruited? Is there an opportunity to do various departments from the state send people up here? I mean, send people to the school to interview with, and
It's like a long process. It's like you have to take an exam and then you rank on the exam, and then if a department wants you, they can send you to the academy.
Okay. So there's an academy then. It's almost like a graduate school, sort of.
Yeah,
of
but
thing
it's
that
a
you-
lot of exercise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a fitness program in many ways. Okay. Oh, let's go this way.
So I'm a sports management major, And when I graduate, I would like to be a part of a professional sports team and be able to manage them and hopefully get free tickets.
Where would you start to look for that? Is there a particular sport that you're interested in, or?
I do enjoy football and hockey, so hopefully.
So you have to take a lot of finance classes to do this?
Yeah, and marketing. Yeah.
And would you ever want to think about being a sports agent or something?
Maybe not.
No, maybe not. I was just reading a review of a book about this guy who convinced Babe Ruth to be his agent, and it was pretty amazing as to how he actually snuck into his hotel room or something, talked him into it and sobered him up or something. Well, why don't we go over here to Marissa?
I'm a marketing major.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of majoring in minoring in art. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And I have no idea what I want to do.
Marketing and art and web design.
Yeah.
Are you a technical?
I am not all.
Not. Okay.
So we're going to see how it goes.
You're going to see how it goes. Okay, let's go back to Caitlin here then. Tell me about your academic experience here.
So I'm a management major and a marketing minor. I really like the business school at Framingham. They've been very helpful. I've had a lot of really good professors. So actually the business part of Framingham State, I don't know if you know, just got to be their own college.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So that's exciting. As far as after I graduate, I'm kind of keeping my options open as far as majoring in management, because you can apply management to really any field.
Right, sure.
So I don't know, I'm just focusing on academics right now.
Well, it's what you're supposed to do. That's why you're here, right? And Jordan, why don't you wrap this up with that?
I'm a criminology major.
Okay.
And I really don't know what I want to do out of that yet. But I love all the classes I'm taking so far.
And you chose that because?
My family's some of my uncle's in the DEA. And
Oh, okay. All right. So you've got to. And so have you all had a chance to do internships or?
I have.
Yeah. Oh, as a senior you would. Yeah.
I did that last year with the state police.
Oh, really? Oh, that must have been exciting.
It was awesome.
Did your field hockey skills come into bear there? I mean, did you
No.
have to whack a gun out of somebody's hand or something
No.
with your stick? You carry your stick in your car, you know?
Yeah, just in case you never
It's
know when you
probably,
need it.
Everybody else has a billy club. You're going to walk around with this, right? Yeah. Y'all have lived in you grew up in Framingham, so you're the person that can tell everybody what's good around here, right? What to do, and you probably get called on that all the time, right? And,
Yep.
Yeah. Do you live on campus even though you're from here?
I do live on campus. Yep.
Is that something that's more common to people living on campus? I know there's a lot more dorms there now, and
I think our
90% of our team's on campus.
really, yeah.
or right off campus.
Yeah.
Not far.
Is that something that helps build the team chemistry, kind of having you all on campus? If you do something on Sunday together or whatever, come and be on this TV show together. This is going to be an experience you're not going to forget, that's for sure. Maybe not. I think scoring the goal is going to definitely be ahead of that. Talk a little bit about just kind of about living in Framingham, and are you? Remind me again where you were all from and why you happened to come to Framingham.
I'm from Lakeville, Massachusetts, which is, again, southeastern.
Sure.
It's definitely a lot different up here. I came here because I liked the business program, and then I also wanted to play sports, which I play lacrosse and field hockey here.
Were you recruited to be one of those sports?
Yeah, I was recruited for lacrosse, and then field hockey at the time, the assistant coach of lacrosse became the head coach of field hockey, and she asked me to play, so I did.
That's something that as I've talked to people from various teams, I'm surprised how much recruiting Framingham State does for their athletes here. Sounds like most of you didn't just happen to land here. Somebody talked to you and convinced you to. Tell me about your experience there of coming to Framingham. From where?
From Haverhill.
Haverhill, okay. So.
And it was just my favorite school when I was looking at schools, and I also got recruited for lacrosse.
For lacrosse, yeah, okay. And the lacrosse season's different, right? That's in the spring?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
I'm from Littleton, and I actually got recruited for basketball, but I never ended up playing. I was stuck with field. I played field hockey my freshman year, and then after, kind of was just like, I'm gonna just stick with this one.
And the basketball team was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were really good. Yeah.
Well, that's great. And coming from Framingham, you didn't. I'm always surprised. I've gotten surprised. I've had when I've talked to a number of athletes here, they say all the Framingham students all go to Westfield and places like that. So you decided to stay home.
I wanted to stay home. I don't know. I really like Framingham. Obviously I pass to school every day because I'm in Framingham. And I like the small school. It's on one street, so it's easy to get class to class, and it's really pretty during the fall and the winter. And it just really worked out because now I can go home on the weekends. So.
So the admissions department's going to love it when I say to put your finger into the camera and tell all those kids at Framingham High why they should come to Framingham State, right? First of all, they should start by coming up and watch you guys play, right? And they'd get a real sense of your enthusiasm and team spirit. And do you stay in touch with the Framingham High School lacrosse field hockey players?
I don't really know them, but I do keep in touch with the coach and just let her know like how I'm doing. And
that's Ellen, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I had them on the show last year. They gave me my first taste of field hockey. That was. And what about you, Marissa?
I kind of just ended up here.
And you came from
Attleboro.
Attleboro, right?
Yeah. I planned on going to a big school really far away, and then I toured Framingham with my best friend, and then ended up at Framingham. And I kind of just landed on the team too. The coach was at Accepted Students Day, and I was like, "Hey, I play field hockey." And she called me, and I was like, "Hey, I play field hockey at Framingham now."
Okay, so we got about. I told you this was going to go fast. We only got about a minute left here. So the rest of your season. When does your season end?
October 27th.
October 27th. So we get this on the air before then. People who want to come up and see you, come up to Maple Street Field. The tickets have got to be really expensive.
Right. So expensive.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
$0.
And there's bleachers and beer sales and stuff like that. Yeah. No beer sales.
I don't know if that's allowed.
No, I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay.
I don't think so.
Did I miss anything in helping people out there in TV land who've never seen a field hockey game to make what makes this more fun than going to a lacrosse game or a soccer game? Or is there something unique about field hockey that's what made you play it, or
you can hit the ball really hard. That's what I love playing, because I love hitting the ball really hard. It like gets my anger out.
but when you're hitting it, you're supposed to be hitting it to somebody.
Yeah,
right?
but sometimes you can just send a big
whack
ball.
it off the head of one of the other team. Right?
It feels really good.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a great team, so
We do.
we're great people to watch.
And the games are probably all very competitive, right?
Yes, very
I mean,
much
there
so.
probably aren't many 5-0 games, are there?
There's a
You've had
handful. Yeah, just
all
a couple.
right, okay. Well, thank you all very much for coming in. This has been enlightening to me to learn more about field hockey. I'm always pleased to meet the students at Framingham State. You all are great people, and you made a great choice in coming to this university and in a fun city. So thank you for coming in, and I'll let you know when the show's going to be on.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming in. Bye.
Thanks.